Morning, ladies. So, my name's Julia Pullin, and I am a chiropractor, and I'm also a natural health pioneer. So, today, are you ready to do some more back busting? I hope you are. So, what I wanted to talk to you about today is all about how your joints are responsive to your activities. Okay, so I know that obviously the first thing that I often say is exercise alone is not going to fix your problems, but that doesn't let you off the hook at the same time. The thing is our bodies and our joints need movement in order to be healthy. It's just we have to make sure that we provide them with the right type of movement and in the right directions. So what do I mean by this? So let's talk about the joints themselves and how they basically respond to your needs. Okay, so the joint itself, imagine that you've got one bone sitting on top of the other. So if it was in your back, the facet joints are kind of overlapped with each other like this. But let me talk knee joints because that one's the easier for me to show you. So wrapped around that is the joint capsule. Now, the joint capsule, its job is to contain synovial fluid. So the synovial fluid is a lovely, greasy, silky fluid that sits in between your joints. So you've got the cartilage at the ends of the bone. You've got the fluid all in between and around it. So first of all, one of the things that the synovial fluid is going to do, it's going to plump up your joints. So the more synovial fluid, it plumps it up. So that basically means that the two surfaces of cartilage will be separated away from each other. Okay, so you're going to get less wear, you're going to get less friction going on. So that's the first thing. The other thing that synovial fluid does is, because it is lovely and greasy and silky, and actually it's quite beautiful when you see it. It's actually got it kind of iridescent colours to it, a bit like a rainbow. So it's really pretty. But that silky greasiness is the other thing that allows for the glide at the same time. Okay, so we want that in the joint. So the third thing that synovial fluid does, that's what provides the joint with the nutrition that it needs to be healthy as well. So synovial fluid is so important for your joints. It's like absolutely vital. So here comes the but. So the but is your joints need to, or the joint capsule, the bit that's around the joint itself, that's encasing the synovial fluid, that the joint capsule itself needs to be stretched in order to produce synovial fluid. Because what it's interpreting is you have stretched the joint, so you are moving the joint and you are using it. So we need more synovial fluid. It's a supply and demand situation. Okay. Now, the problem with this is people that say have got arthritis, or they've gone and injured their back, or whatever's going on, what they'll do is go, oh, I can't do that. I better not move that because then it hurts. Well, the problem with that is then the joint is going to dry up. You're not going to produce your synovial fluid that keeps that joint healthier. Okay. So when I talk to people about exercise, I tend to like the word movement instead. You've just got to move. And when you think about your joints, you have to think about what range of motion that you've got. So if we talk about the spinal joints as the first example, then what you've got to do, you've got to make sure that, because our joints move in flexion, so it doesn't matter whether you're talking the neck or whether you're talking the low back flexion, extension, lateral flexion, so tipping to the sides, and then we've got rotation. Okay, so if it's the neck, we've got flexion, tipping to the sides, and then we've got rotation. Okay, and so what you have to do is make sure that you induce all of those ranges of motion into your joints in an average day, so that then if they are stimulated enough, and you need to take them to as far a range of motion as you can achieve at this moment in time. Okay, because the thing is, obviously, as you develop certain problems, it is going to become restricted. But with practice and a little bit of movement in all those directions every single day, then it will steadily start to increase. Okay, so like I say, when I talk about exercise, I don't necessarily mean that you've got to be at the gym pounding away, or, the gym puts a lot of people off. I just want you to get some movement in and stimulate those joint capsules, because the stimulation to those joint capsules is going to make all the difference in the world to those joints. Okay, and they're not going to dry up, and you're going to increase your chances of protecting them. Okay, so I hope you found this useful, and I shall talk to you soon. Bye.